All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to our Team Vitality call where we changed the time. I know, especially out in California, everybody 5 o'clock was just a really busy time for people getting their kids to practices and whatnot and getting dinner made. So we thought moving it an hour back would be beneficial for everybody. And on the same note, all of the Florida people, it was just too late for them. Like, can you imagine being on this team call at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night? Like, you're ready for bed. So we decided to split, and they're going to do their team calls on Tuesdays, and we're keeping ours to Mondays with the new time of 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So I know we still have Katerina who's out in Central time. So what is it there? 7 o'clock there, I think. So still not too bad. But we're going to get to it. We are going, it's 8 o'clock for Kat. 8 o'clock. And Miranda too, probably. Hi, Miranda out in Alabama. Let me make sure everybody's muted here, and then we're going to get going. So everybody knows that we're sticking to a call flow. If you were on the call last week, we did a special call on Wednesday where Dave and Christy Vogt hopped in and kind of talked about the new call flow that we're going to be sticking to. And the main reason for that is because as leaders, our job is to grow new leaders, right? And so once you become an MC1, we are going to put you in the pool of trainers. And so we have 13 weeks of trainings already done, already set up. The slides are done, the notes are done. And so it's going to be really easy just to plug people into those trainings. And so then when we bring a new consultant on, right, we're all bringing that new consultant on the same way, right? Because that's going to create duplication. So there's a few of us that are going to be the guinea pigs, and we're doing the first 13 weeks of trainings, and I'm doing the first week right now. I'm pretty sure everybody on here already knows me, Angie Harper out of Queen Creek, Arizona. And I wanted to start by doing some recognition. I think we got out of the habit of recognizing all of the wins on our team. And I don't know about you, but I just feel like it's so important to recognize people who are doing the do, people who are showing up, people who are staying consistent, people who are getting their first customer. Like, I remember my first customer, even though it was my mom and I kind of made her do it, but it was still a big deal. Like, I was excited. I got a customer, right? And so is there anybody on the call right now who wants to recognize somebody on their team who might be brand new? Maybe they're not even on the call right now, who is already in action and getting customers? Is there anybody out there that wants to share?
I like to recognize Patty.
Okay.
Patty in her first month got to SC1. So we're really happy. And she's working every day this business. So good
That's
job, Patty.
incredible. SC1 in her first month. That's amazing. And I have a girl on my team, Becky, who hit SC1 also in her first month. She's not on the call right now, but she's a football mom here in Arizona. So really excited for her. Anybody else have any, newbies that they're helping out? And if not, we're going to get to recognizing our gemstone ranks. And this is important because gemstone rank.
Unmute yourself, Patty. Patty raised her hand.
Oh, sorry. Patty, do you know how to unmute?
Unmute yourself, Patty.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Robin's not on the call, but I'd like to applaud Robin because she made SC1 also. And we're working together. We live in the same community, and she's doing great. So it's wonderful.
I love it. You guys look like you're having tons of fun.
Yep.
Also.
We have tons of fun.
Awesome. I see Dara just hopped on the call. I know she's rocking it with her new people too. I see her on social media. Senya, did you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to say that, gosh, she's been on fire customer collecting, which is exciting because she does have a goal of upping the gemstone rank, but also has been getting consultants. So I'm super excited for her. One of them is her best friend. And so it's so exciting when our best friend says yes. So I'm super happy for her.
I agree. Very exciting.
And by the way, it's going to be spelled the same as Dara. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be said like Tara, so it's Mara.
I know we have another Mara, but it's gonna be confusing. And I wanted to recognize Clay. I know he got a new customer too last month. But if you guys haven't had a chance to watch the teacher March Madness overview that we did, that Clay shared his story, oh my God. Like, get your hands on that recording. I put it on my Facebook page and share it with any teacher you know. Between his story and Sandy's story, like, they're incredible, very touching, and just, it goes to show you that, any teacher out there, would hopefully be open to learning about a side income. So Clay, thanks again for stepping out of your comfort zone and sharing your story. That was awesome. So I'm going to get to recognition here. Then we're going to get to our training. Again, we're keeping these calls at 30 minutes. One reminder I wanted to be sure to let you guys know while I share my screen is shipping. I know that shipping, and not just with LifeVantage, but in general, shipping seems, even with Amazon, shipping seems to be taking longer these days. And so what they're recommending, LifeVantage, they process the orders in the same amount of time they always have. Then they give it off to, forgot the name of the company, Christy knew, Maersk or some company, I don't know.
Well, DHL and Maersk, yeah.
Yeah, so Maersk hands it off to DHL. So it's really out of LifeVantage's hands right now. So what I'm recommending to all my customers is, if they're afraid they're going to run out of product, just move their subscription up a week, and hopefully that will take care of it. And hopefully they'll get back, into the regular flow. I mean, we used to get things in 3 to 5 days, right? I don't know why it's taking so long, but
Well,
it is what it is.
because they're not using FedEx, that's why. Or UPS, they're using these companies.
Right, but they give it to USPS, and then USPS is the one that divvies it out. It's not LifeVantage. They're still shipping the same. Yeah. So let's get to our recognition. I want to recognize all of our Sapphire sellers. Now, Sapphire sellers have between 2,000 and 4,000 in sales volume, 3,999 to be exact. And that's personal sales volume. So that's all of your personal customers. And we have Dana Finney, Sylvia Birdsell, Katarina Reed, Casey Posey, Sonia Pantoja, Aaron Kukas, and Marinda Pugh. Congratulations to our Sapphire sellers. And our Diamond sellers, our top seller on our entire team right now is Miss Gina Shelfo out of Tennessee. Look at her sales volume, you guys, 6,035. Congratulations, Gina. We've got Kristen Bailey, Jane Buchanan, Chrissy Amaral, Angie Harper, Barb Rhodes, and Senya Borelli. Congratulations to all of our Sapphire and Diamond sellers. All right, let's get to our flow, the Circle of Success system. Again, this is 13 weeks of training that we're going to do every single week, and then we're going to repeat them. So it doesn't matter when you get a new consultant, you're just going to plug them into the training, and they're going to learn exactly what is expected of them to build a successful business with LifeVantage. And I am super excited to talk about one of my favorite topics, the follow-up, right? You guys have all heard the term, the fortune is in the follow-up. Am I right? I'm going to get my chat up here so I can see it too. Okay. So did you guys know 20% of consultants, this is crazy, they only follow up with their prospect one time. And why is that? It's because we all don't want to hear the word no, right? We're all afraid of rejection. I remember, still to this day, I remember every rejection I got in the first couple months of doing this business. But fortunately, the more we hear the word no, right, the easier it is to hear. And so, 48%, look at these, follow up 2 times, and they have an average success rate of 3%. And let's get to the 81% success rate, and that's only 6% of consultants, right? They follow up 5 times. So why is it important to follow up and to share tools? I know for myself, I'm busy, right? And I might reach out to somebody and say that I'm interested in something they have, and then life happens and I forget. So I don't look at it as they're bothering me.
Can't hear you.
I was really worried that it was my computer. I think she totally froze.
Never, right? We all know
There
that,
she is.
especially lately. What?
You froze for a second.
Oh, am I back?
You're back.
Okay, thank you. So no doesn't mean never. I mean, when we launched Mind Body in October, I had people reaching out to me that have been watching me do this for 7 years and have never once asked me.
Freezing.
Oh no. What's happening? I'm gonna message her.
We can't hear you.
We all know that this business is relationships, right? Building relationships. So a lot of times I'll follow up with people and it has nothing to do with LifeVantage. I'm simply building a relationship with them.
Something on her end.
I feel like every time I start talking, she gets back on. So maybe when she talks, or if I talk, I can I know where she's heading. So make sure that you're interacting with people on social media, not just about the business. Make sure that you're messaging people, asking about their family. Barb's like, yes.
God,
There
am
she
I
is.
back?
Her screen isn't sharing.
There
Oh.
we go.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong. That's weird because Jane tried to send me something earlier and I could not open it until I got off of my Wi-Fi. So something is up with my Wi-Fi. I apologize, you guys. Okay, we'll keep going. Is the recording still on? Yeah, it is.
It
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So our job is to find people's pain points and connect them with the tool that addresses that pain point, right? Our job is to educate, our job is to build belief, our job is to provide value with the follow-up, not to bug them, not to say, hey, did you get my link? You know, I always turn it into a conversation. What did you like best about what I shared with you, right? And of course, our number one sales tool, and I hope everybody listening to this right now is utilizing it. And that is Vitality Rocks, right? That is our third party validation. Your job is to add people. And I see, like, all of us admins see who's adding to Vitality Rocks and who's tagging. And I'm telling you guys, there's nothing like it. It's that third people can read the facts about your product. People can look at the ingredients. People can read the studies. They want to see and hear real life stories of how these products have helped real life people. And so there's just no, there's no duplicating that. So spend some time every single week, pick a day. Like I pick Fridays. And Fridays are my follow-up day. Fridays are the days I add people and I tag people and just get in the habit and stay consistent, right? And then reminding and following up with products that are top of mind. You're not gonna talk about every single product we have with your prospects. Your job is to find their pain point and find the product that best suits them. So the first question I ask any prospect that I'm talking to is, number one, what are you currently taking, both supplement and prescription wise? And number two, what health issues are you dealing with? Because 9 times out of 10, they're already taking a probiotic, right? Or they're taking vitamin D, or they're mixing collagen into their coffee. So once you find out what they're already spending their money on, it's kind of an easy conversation to let them know about what we have to offer, right? Okay, so great reasons to follow up. Every time we have a new product launch, I start from the beginning. And this is why, for me, using Facebook Messenger is so crucial. Because when we have a new product launch, that's the first thing I do is I go back to Facebook Messenger. Am I still on?
Yes.
Okay. I froze again on my side. Thank you. I go back to Facebook Messenger and I see who I had conversations with, and those are the first people that I reach out to when we have a new product. If we have an event, our conventions are all over. We have one coming up in October in Dallas. So you better believe I'm thinking of every single person I know in Texas, and I'm going to reach out to them. Hey, I'm going to be in Dallas in October. Let's try to get together. That'll open up the conversation. Why are you there? You know, and you can talk about LifeVantage and the opportunity. Every holiday, of course, we all know birthdays, very important to reach out to people. I want to get better at, and I would like to see my entire team get better at sharing product testimonials, especially with Mind Body. You know, I'm an admin in Activated Weight Loss. We have over 18,000 people in there. And I'm telling you guys, 8 out of every 10 testimony that we get is hugely positive. 8 out of every 10. It's the 2 negative ones that are, you know, sometimes the loudest. And for some reason, whatever reason, people like to hold on to the negativity. But I'm telling you, people are having success. I just had a guy, and many of you know Chris Michael out there. He's one of the elites in LifeVantage. He lives in my town, and he just came by and he's lost 44 pounds. And I'm like, holy cow, Chris. And he's like, it's that mind body. I am telling you, like he's like, it's just unbelievable how it's changed my eating and, you know, my craving. So the stories are out there. I just think, you know, once you have somebody that maybe had a negative experience, it does something psychologically to you, and you kind of get, and maybe you had a negative experience, that could very well be, but that doesn't mean that it's not working for so many people and it's changing so many lives. So I just, you know, I know we were all excited about it when it launched. We were super loud. And then for some reason, it got a little bit quiet. So I just encourage you to reach out to people, get testimonies, go to our Activated Weight Loss group and borrow some testimonies, because they're there and there are people having great success. Let's talk about tracking follow-ups. If you go to the LifeVantage Hub, there's actually a digital contact tracker that you can use to keep track of who you're reaching out to, which is really cool. And I'm going to talk at the end about a contest that Dave and Christy threw out that you're going to definitely want to use your digital tracker for. But remind people, right? Ask what piqued their interest at the very beginning. Why did they reach out to you? Why did they comment on a post? Definitely always stay consistent in your message, right? Let everybody know that you are the go-to for all things health and wellness. When people think collagen, I want them to think about me, right? When people think about losing weight, I want them to think about me. And the timing might not be right for them right now, but it doesn't mean that in a few months, they're not going to, you know, you're not going to be top of mind, and they're going to think of you and reach out. And definitely learn from your mistakes, right? I know in the very beginning, I did it wrong. I remember having a conversation with Katerina when she first started, and I went back and found like my first post that I did on social media, and they were horrible. I'm like, how did I even do this? Like, they were so bad, but I learned from my mistakes, and now I know how to teach people to do it the right way. And that's why it's really important to connect with your enroller or connect with your upline, your elite upline, and they will help you. Guys, we love questions. You're never bothering me if you reach out to me or Kristen or Kat or anybody. Ask us the question. We love hearing questions, okay? And then keep you in the loop, right? That's a very non-aggressive, non-pushy way to talk to your prospect and to say, hey, is it okay if I keep you in the loop? If we have new products come out, I'd love to share them with you. You know, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say absolutely. I already talked about the importance of Vitality Rocks and ATMing. That's add, tag, and message, because you don't want to just throw them into Vitality Rocks and forget about them. You want to tag them in testimonies that are pertinent to them, right? Or I know there's a pinned post in there. It's our activation video. Tag them in that so that they can really see and learn what activation is. And then, you know, sometimes they're ready for you to tell them how to get started, right? And to actually give them the steps, give them the options. Sometimes I will create a cart to send to my prospect, but a lot of times, you guys, I just send my website because I want them to see the other products we have to offer. If you just send a cart, they're not going to know that we have incredible skincare, right? They're not going to know maybe about our collagen. So I just send them my shopping site, is what I do. And then just say, I can't wait for you to get started and, hear your own testimony. Okay, so let's say your prospect pulls the trigger and becomes a customer. Now what? Do you just forget about them and go on to acquiring more and more customers? Absolutely not. And this is the thing that really, really irks me. I know I've, bought makeup from people or hair care online, and, it's people I knew, and I would never hear from them again, ever. And I was just thinking about the lady that took my older son's senior pictures, right? I honestly don't even remember her name, but if she had stayed in contact with me, if she had commented my social media, if she had tagged me in something on her social media, I would remember her name. And guess what? I probably would have hired her to do my younger son's senior pictures. But because I don't remember her, she's not top of mind. So I booked somebody else, right? So the importance of staying connected to your customer is huge. And that's where the app really comes in handy. You can message people right from the app. So as soon as somebody orders, I immediately reach out and I thank them for their purchase. And then I ask them, hey, do me a favor, let me know when your order arrives, right? And if they don't check in with me at that time, I'll reach out to them, a couple weeks into it and say, hey, just making sure you got your order. Do you have any questions? Especially with the mind body. I think we did, and I know myself, we did a poor job of really educating people on how to best get started and really setting them up for success, especially when it comes to enhance, because now we know a lot of people, their bodies just were not ready for that much fiber, right? But there is a way to get your body ready for that, and that all comes back to gut health. And actually, my husband and I are going to be doing a training, just a 10-minute training, a video that I'll share with all of you on gut health and on the importance of setting your body up for success with the mind-body system. So, it's important to set our customers' expectations, give them a long-term picture of what the next 90 days looks like. That's why it's really important, especially with Protandem, to let them know, hey, this is not a magic pill. This is not an overnight fix. That's why we say give it 1 month for every decade you've been alive. So if you're 50 years old, they know, hey, I got to give this 5 months, right? If you're in your 70s, they know I got to give this 7 months, right? Not 30 days, not 60 days. You have to give it time to work in your body. Otherwise, save your money, right? It's a waste of money. And then guys, another thing, don't be afraid to ask for referrals, right? I'm thrilled that you're loving activation. Is there anybody else that you know who's on a weight loss journey? Is there anybody that you know that suffers from allergies? Is there anybody that that cares about the health of their skin? Ask for referrals, and this is your business. If you want to come up with a little referral program yourself, go for it. I think that's an awesome idea. And lastly, let's talk about action steps and resources. I know many of you know Kristen Boss. She's got an incredible podcast. She's not with any particular company. She talks about mindset and marketing and sales. I know our Kristen Bailey did a great training with her. So I want you all to be sure to download the digital contact tracker. Again, it's in the hub. I'll put it in my team chat, and then you guys can, I'll put it in the leader chat so everybody will get their hands on that. And then I want you to really get into action, especially with our March Madness calls. And I know Dave and Christy are doing a special overview on, I believe it's Wednesday this week. We'll ask them here in just a second. But I want you to write down who you're inviting, right? And I want you to follow up with them. Hey, did you have a chance to listen to March Madness? If they didn't, share the recording with them. What did you like best about it? I know you're a teacher. I know you're probably looking for extra income or more time freedom. This week's March Madness calls are with, I'm going to stop my share here. This week's calls are with, sorry.
You're so cute, Angie. You haven't been sharing, just FYI.
Are you kidding?
I tried to tell you in the chat.
Are Are you serious? I
But
can't.
everything that you're saying is spot on, just so
So
you
she
know.
was really
It's
cute.
so good. Yes.
She was
can't
reading
see
through the slides, but we didn't see the slides.
Are you kidding?
But it sounded really good.
Yeah.
I can't see
It
the
was a
chat. I can't see
visualization
anything.
exercise.
Mother, can I cuss right now? Mother effer. Okay. Well, how about I'll redo it myself when we're done and I'll record it with the slides and then you guys can all have it. Did anyone call me?
I messaged you in the chat.
I can't see the chat. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. I thought you fixed it so you could see the chat.
No, I cannot see the chat. My Zoom kept freezing. This was a fun first training. Yeah, this was awesome.
Angie,
very
can I
good.
say something? Or take
Yes,
some questions?
please.
No, regarding follow-up,
Yes.
follow up with prospects, yes, we get it. Following up with existing customers to me is so important. Like I put on like 45 people with MB in October, right?
Mhm.
So, and I failed in some regards of following up with some of them to see how they're doing 3
Me
months
too.
later.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so I think, having your list of those people, customers, and following up is super important. Make sure they're still doing it or how they did on it.
I agree. 'Cause I think a lot of times, I know for myself, I'm kind of afraid of what they're going to say
Yeah,
if they didn't
I-
have good results,
yeah, same, but
Yeah.
it's important. Okay.
No, it's very important. Especially, I remember Tara telling me before this launch that weight loss is a different beast, and it really is. I mean, weight loss is emotional, it's personal. People get really frustrated. And like I said earlier, I think some of us maybe didn't set people, I know I didn't set people up with the right expectations, right? Like this is not Ozempic. It's not. If you want to lose 25 pounds in your first month, this isn't it, right? And so setting people up with proper expectations, I think is huge. And I think we're all going to be working together to kind of reword our message and almost kind of relaunch Mind Body now that springtime's coming. People are thinking of bathing suits and short season. So I think that's really exciting. Dave and Christy, you guys are doing a special overview Wednesday this week, right?
Wednesday at 6 p.m. Just a traditional overview with the
Nothing special,
slides.
just the regular one.
Yeah, 30
Okay.
minutes or less.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
People have what, two opportunities.
Okay, so yeah, so tomorrow's March Madness is with Courtney Watkins. She was one of the top leaders in Rodan and Fields, and she left Rodan and Fields a year ago when they closed their Japan market. It was before they even switched to the affiliate model, which they currently are. But she kind of saw the writing on the wall. They closed Japan, and she didn't even have a team in Japan, but she knew LifeVantage was in Japan. So I just look at that and I'm like, wow, that was such like forward thinking. So she left Rodan and Fields, walked away from a very incredible organization and started over with LifeVantage, and she already hit EC1 with LifeVantage. She won the trip to Africa. She does have a team in Japan now, and she's just exploding. And I wouldn't necessarily say she's an influencer because I think she's learning to be, but she's attracting influencers. And so she's got she's an EC2 now, Kristen, you're right. Holy moly, it's unbelievable. But she has Dr. Ashley Laughlin, who many of you have seen Ashley's pictures. She's all over social media. Her and her husband have both had incredible results with MindBody. And so she attracted her, just a beautiful team of women that are growing rapidly. Why? Because they have a huge following. And so if you go through your social media, go through your Instagram or your Facebook and see who has large followings and just say, hey, this might not be for you, but I thought of you. There's a call with some influencers that are, growing rapidly in my business. Would you mind if I shared the information with you? Right? It doesn't hurt to ask. And then Thursday's call, so that's Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday evening is with Brandon Cunningham, and he is one of our presidential leaders. He's been with LifeVantage since the very beginning. He was a business owner. The guy knows business, and he will talk straight business facts. So anybody that who's a business owner right now, get them on that call, because speaking as a former business owner, there's one thing business owners don't have, and that's time freedom. And so, you know, you very well may know a lot of people who are looking for that time freedom and looking for leveraged income. So with that, does anyone have any questions out there? We're coming right up at 30 minutes. I am so sorry about the slides. But you know what? We can only go up from here,
Can
right?
I, just real quick, remind everybody about the contest?
Yes, you may. Thank
The
you.
invite contest. So now you've got all these beautiful things to invite into. So we have a contest for the month of March. It's really easy, like whoever invites the most people to not only look at the overview, but just any tool and just in a conversation, right? And you get your prospects okay to see a tool. So just count how many invites you send out, and the top person gets $100, and the second top inviter gets 50, and the third is 25. And then for any MC 1s, 2s, or 3s, there's an incentive for you. If you have the most invites in your organization, then you get an extra $100. So corporate just let us know that they're going to give 2 global convention tickets to this contest. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the top inviter and the top MC, and they can have the global ticket in lieu of the $100 because it's worth more. So you can either, you know, take that global ticket and give it to somebody else and offer, you know, to get them to global, or you can get reimbursed for your ticket if you already purchased one, or you can take the $100 cash from us. So there you go.
And the key thing is to use Angie's training today on the follow-up. Ultimately, you'll make way more than any contest money by following up and then actually closing these prospects that you're working with. So
true, Dave. And I'm going to re-record it as soon as I get off this. I'll re-record it with the slides. And
then you do need the digital tracker is key, because we want everyone to get used to the digital tracker, right? That's a very duplicable tool. So that's what will go off at the end of the month.
So could you guys see me the whole time I was talking? Good thing I didn't pick my nose or anything.
You're beautiful.
good job.
I totally thought.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is Dave and Chrissy doing again?
Hanging
Wednesday?
out.
You're hanging out Wednesday?
Oh, they're doing a traditional overview, a LifeVantage overview,
Oh,
the 2 of them
okay.
on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I think it's in Team Vitality. If not, we'll make sure to get the invite in there. But yeah, just a traditional overview that you can invite people to, and they'll get the recording of that too. Okay, and then next week there's more March Madness. I'm not in charge of that. I kind of shifted it off to Shauna Mucklow and Marilee. They're going to be scheduling those, so I'll let you know as they come. Okay, so with that, thank you guys so much. Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it. Sorry about the snafu. Everybody have a wonderful week. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.